It looks like you meant. Expand Scene 1. Here's an expanded version of Scene 1. The Monday morning rush had transformed the downtown bank into a whirlwind of activity. Customers filled every chair in the waiting area, while others stood in long lines clutching deposit slips, loan documents, and envelopes of cash. Phones rang without pause, printers hummed, and tellers worked quickly behind polished glass counters. Despite the organized chaos, the branch prided itself on offering professional service to everyone who walked through its doors. Just after 10 o'clock, the front doors opened, and a tall black man stepped inside. He appeared to be in his late 40s, with broad shoulders, calm eyes, and the confident posture of someone who had overcome more challenges than most people could imagine. His clothes, however, told a different story to those who judged by appearances. He wore faded blue jeans, dusty work boots, and a weathered denim jacket. His hands were rough and calloused, evidence of years spent working with machines rather than sitting behind a desk. His name was Marcus Johnson. Several customers glanced at him before returning to their conversations. One elderly woman smiled politely, but others barely acknowledged his presence. Marcus quietly took a number and waited his turn without complaint. When his number appeared on the screen, he approached the reception desk. "I need to make a large deposit," he said politely. The receptionist smiled professionally. "Certainly, sir. Since it's a high-value transaction, our branch manager will assist you. Her office is just over there." Marcus thanked her and walked toward the glass office where branch manager Linda Carson was reviewing paperwork. Linda had managed the branch for nearly 8 years. She considered herself efficient and rarely questioned her instincts. Unfortunately, those instincts often relied more on appearances than facts. Without looking up, she said, "Come in." Marcus entered and placed a sealed envelope on her desk. "I'd like to deposit this into my business account." Linda opened the envelope and unfolded a certified check. The amount instantly caught her attention. $3 million. Her eyebrows rose. She looked at Marcus, then back at the check, then again at Marcus. $3 million, she asked. "Yes, and this belongs to you." "It does." Linda leaned back in her chair. "What exactly do you do?" "I own a manufacturing company." She looked him up and down, clearly unconvinced. "A manufacturing company?" Marcus nodded. "We recently completed a licensing agreement." Linda tapped the check against her desk. "I'll need an explanation." Marcus remained calm. "The funds are from a patent sale. Everything has already been verified by the issuing bank." Instead of checking the routing number or scanning the document into the verification system, Linda folded her arms. "You expect me to believe someone dressed like this is depositing $3 million? Marcus answered without anger. "I expect the bank to verify the check." Linda laughed softly. "I've been doing this job a long time." "So have I," Marcus replied. She pushed the check back across the desk. "I think you're attempting fraud." Marcus looked directly at her. "If you believe that, please verify the document." Linda pressed the intercom. "Security to my office." Within moments, 2 uniformed security guards entered. Several nearby customers noticed and began watching through the office's glass walls. Linda stood. This customer presented what appears to be a fraudulent certified check. Marcus never moved. "It's authentic." One guard asked politely, "Sir, do you have identification?" Marcus handed over his driver's license and business card. The guard examined them. Everything appeared legitimate. He looked at Linda. "Should we verify the check first?" Linda shook her head. "I've seen enough." Word spread quickly through the lobby. People whispered, $3 million. No way. He probably printed it. A teenager quietly lifted his phone and began recording. Marcus noticed but stayed composed. "I've done nothing wrong." Linda's patience disappeared. "I'm not wasting another minute on obvious fraud." Before anyone could react, she grabbed the certified check with both hands. Marcus's eyes widened. "Don't rip." The room fell silent. Linda had torn the $3 million certified check straight down the middle. She dropped the 2 pieces onto her desk with a look of satisfaction. "There." Marcus stared silently at the torn paper. The security guards looked shocked. One whispered, "Ma'am." Marcus slowly picked up the 2 halves. His voice remained calm, almost painfully calm. "You just destroyed a certified financial instrument." Linda shrugged. "If it's real, get another one." Marcus folded the torn pieces carefully and slipped them back into the envelope. I didn't come here expecting special treatment. He looked directly into her eyes. I only expected the same respect every customer deserves. Before Linda could respond, the elevator doors opened across the lobby. The branch suddenly grew quiet as several executives entered wearing dark business suits. Leading them was Richard Hale, the bank's chief executive officer, making an unannounced inspection. He immediately noticed the crowd gathered outside the manager's office. "What happened here?" he asked. Linda smiled confidently. "Nothing serious, sir. I just stopped someone trying to deposit a fake $3 million check." Richard turned toward Marcus. The moment he recognized him, his expression changed completely. His confident walk became hurried. His eyes widened. Without hesitation, he crossed the lobby, stopped in front of Marcus, and respectfully extended both hands. "Mr. Johnson." Every employee watched in confusion. Richard lowered his head slightly. "I'm terribly sorry, sir." The entire bank froze. Here's the expanded part 2, scene 2. The entire bank lobby fell into stunned silence. Employees who had been helping customers stopped what they were doing. The security guards stepped back, exchanging confused glances. Customers who had been whispering moments earlier now stared at Marcus Johnson with wide eyes. Richard Hale, the bank's chief executive officer, stood in front of Marcus with genuine concern written across his face. "Mr. Johnson," he said respectfully, "I cannot express how sorry I am." Marcus remained composed. He simply held up the torn pieces of the certified $3 million check. "I came here to deposit this," he replied quietly. Richard accepted the torn pieces with both hands as if they were priceless artifacts. His expression hardened as he examined the damage. He slowly turned toward branch manager Linda Carson. "Did you do this?" Linda swallowed nervously. "Sir, I believed the check was fraudulent." "You believed?" Richard asked. "Yes." "Did you verify the routing number?" "No." "Did you contact the issuing bank?" "No." "Did you scan the security code?" "No." "Did you ask our fraud department to review it?" Linda looked down. "No, sir." Richard's voice became firm. "So you made a decision based entirely on your assumptions." The lobby remained silent. Richard looked around the room before addressing everyone. "I want every employee to hear this." The tellers gathered near the counters. Loan officers stepped out of their offices. Even customers stayed to listen. Richard held up the torn check. This document could have been authenticated in less than 60 seconds using the verification system installed in every branch. He paused. Instead, a customer was publicly humiliated. Linda tried to explain herself. "Sir, he didn't look like someone who would carry a $3 million certified check." Richard looked at her in disbelief. "And what exactly does someone with $3 million look like?" Linda had no answer. Richard continued. "Mr. Marcus Johnson founded Johnson Industrial Technologies 20 years ago in a rented warehouse with 2 employees. Today his company employs more than 3,000 people across the country." Gasps spread through the lobby. "Our bank financed his first expansion loan nearly 15 years ago. Since then, his company has become one of our most valuable commercial clients." Several employees looked at Marcus with amazement. Richard continued. "The security systems protecting more than 200 of our branches were designed and manufactured by his company." Linda's face lost all color. I didn't recognize him." Marcus spoke calmly. "That isn't the problem." Everyone turned toward him. "The problem is that you decided who I was before asking a single question." His words echoed through the quiet branch. "I still wear work boots because I visit my factories every week. I still dress like the people who helped build this business. Success never required me to forget where I came from." A young teller lowered her head, clearly embarrassed by what had happened. Marcus noticed. "This isn't about making anyone feel ashamed," he said gently. "It's about learning that respect should never depend on clothing, skin color, or first impressions." Richard nodded. "You're absolutely right." He immediately called the bank's legal department and requested an emergency replacement for the destroyed certified check. Then he turned back to Marcus. "We will issue a replacement immediately. Every expense caused by this incident will be covered by the bank. In addition, I will personally oversee a full review of what happened today." Linda quietly whispered, "I'm sorry." Marcus looked at her for several seconds. "I accept your apology." She looked surprised. "But remember something," Marcus continued. "An apology repairs words. It doesn't erase the experience." Tears formed in Linda's eyes as she realized how quickly she had judged someone she knew nothing about. Richard then addressed every employee one final time. "Starting today, every branch manager and every employee will complete mandatory customer respect training. No customer will ever again be judged by appearance instead of facts." The employees nodded in agreement. Several customers began applauding. One elderly man stepped forward and shook Marcus's hand. "Thank you for staying calm," he said. "Many people would have lost their temper." Marcus smiled. "My parents taught me that character is revealed when someone else loses theirs." A week later, the bank officially apologized in writing and announced new policies requiring identity and document verification before any accusation of fraud could be made. Marcus returned to the branch to deposit the newly issued $3 million certified check. This time, every employee greeted him with warmth and respect, not because they knew he was wealthy, but because they had learned that every person deserves dignity. As Marcus left the bank, he smiled at the young teller who had witnessed everything. "Never let anyone convince you that success has a uniform," he said. She smiled back with confidence. The deposit was completed in minutes, but the lesson learned that day would remain with everyone in the branch for years to come. True. Professionalism begins with respect, and respect should always come before